Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden stories within corporate filings. And today we're diving into a snapshot of Raymond James Financial's summer operations, specifically their August 20th report that's telling us about their July performance. Get ready because we're not just looking at numbers, we're looking at what those numbers really mean for the folks at Raymond James and for anyone invested in how this financial giant is ticking. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below for more in-depth discussions. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this filing. Raymond James Financial Inc. is a big player in the financial services world, and this report is giving us a peek behind the curtain on their 8K form, which is basically their current report for any really important event or information that the public should know about right away. Now, what's really interesting here is that the report is essentially an announcement about a press release they issued on August 20th detailing their operating data for July 2025. So the main story isn't a massive corporate shakeup or a groundbreaking new product launch, but rather a disclosure of their operational pulse check from the previous month. This is often how companies keep their investors updated on day-to-day or month-to-month performance without waiting for the bigger quarterly or annual reports. The filing also lays out what's registered and trading on the stock market. We're talking about their common stock, which you can find traded under the symbol RJF on the New York Stock Exchange. Then there's also their depository shares, which represent a piece of their Series B preferred stock with a fixed to floating interest rate. These are traded under RJFPB, also on the New York Stock Exchange. Knowing these symbols and where they trade is key for anyone looking to track the company's stock market performance. This section is super important because it explains the context for why they're filing this. It's all about regulation, FD, or fair disclosure. This rule essentially means that when a company releases material non-public information, it has to be shared with everyone at the same time. So by issuing this press release and filing this 8K, they are making sure that all investors, both big and small, get the same information simultaneously. It's all about keeping the playing field level. Investors, both big and small, get the same information simultaneously. It's all about keeping the playing field level. So the real meat and potatoes is in that press release they're referencing. While we don't have the full press release content embedded here, the filing tells us it's about their operating data for July 2025. This kind of data often includes things like assets under management, client inflows and outflows, and perhaps some key revenue drivers for a financial firm. Like Raymond James, assets under management are a huge indicator of their growth and success. If that number is going up, it means more clients are trusting them with their money, and that usually translates into more fees and higher profits. Conversely, if it's shrinking, it might signal that clients are pulling money out, which could be due to market conditions or participants under management, client inflows and outflows, and perhaps some key revenue drivers. For a financial firm like Raymond James, assets under management are a huge indicator of their growth and success. If that number is going up, it means more clients are trusting them with their money, and that usually translates into more fees and higher profits. Conversely, if it's shrinking, it might signal that clients are pulling money out, which could be due to market. The mention of the interactive data file is also a clue. Companies are now required to submit their filings in formats that computers can easily read and process. This makes it easier for analysts like us to download and analyze the data quickly. It's a move towards more transparency and efficiency in financial reporting, all thanks to technology making these reports more accessible than ever before. Now, I know we didn't get to see the specific numbers from that July operating data press release in this particular document, but this 8K filing itself is a signal. It tells us that something noteworthy happened or was communicated regarding their July operations. Raymond James is a well-established firm known for its wealth management and investment banking services. They've navigated various market cycles, so their operational data is always a good indicator of the health of the broader financial industry. Looking at the structure of the report, we see they are confirming their identity with their commission file number and IRS employer identification number. These are their official identifiers in the eyes of the government and regulatory bodies. They are also confirming their incorporation in Florida and their principal executive offices in St. Petersburg. While these are important legal details for the company, they don't tell us much about their performance, but they do ground us in who this company is and where it's headquartered. The fact that they are providing this August 20th update on July's operating data suggests that July was a month where they felt there was significant information to share with investors. This could be a positive update like strong client growth or improved profitability, or it could be a more neutral update simply to keep everyone informed. Without the actual press release, we're left to infer, but the act of filing itself signifies importance. The section about whether they are an emerging growth company is also standard for these forms. Emerging growth companies have certain privileges and exemptions under the law designed to help smaller companies get off the ground. Raymond James, by its size and history, is definitely not an emerging growth company, and they tick that box accordingly. The signature at the end by Jonathan W. Orlog Jr., the Chief Financial Officer, is also a key part of any filing. It signifies that the company's top financial executive is attesting to the accuracy and completeness of the information presented. It's a formal stamp of approval from the person most responsible for the company's financial reporting. So what's the story here? Raymond James Financial is proactively communicating its July operational performance through a press release and an 8K filing. This proactive disclosure is good practice for investor relations. While we don't have the specific numbers from the press release, a filing like this means that July's operating data held something significant enough to warrant immediate public disclosure. For investors, this signals a need to find that press release. A filing like this means that July's operating data held something significant enough to warrant immediate public disclosure. For investors, this signals a need to find that press release to understand the month's performance drivers. Given Raymond James's position in the market, we can assume their July performance is a key indicator of not just their own health, but potentially broader trends in wealth management and the financial sector. We'd be looking for growth in assets under management for positive signs, and any significant shifts in their client base or fee structures would be critical to note. Now, looking at this more broadly, Raymond James is a company that operates in a highly competitive and regulated environment. Their ability to attract and retain clients is paramount. The information shared in this July operating data likely touches on key performance indicators that clients and shareholders care about. Without the press release content, we can only speculate, but typically these updates focus on growth, trends, client sentiment, and the effectiveness of their strategies. If assets under management grew significantly, it would show they are gaining trust and market share. If fee-based revenues are up, it suggests their advisory services are in demand. Conversely, if there were outflows or a slowdown in growth, it might point to challenges either from market headwinds or from competitors. The financial world is always on the move, and companies like Raymond James need to constantly adapt and demonstrate value to their clients. This report is a small but important piece of that ongoing narrative. So to wrap up, this August filing is essentially a marker, an announcement that Raymond James released crucial July operational details. The real analysis lies in that press release itself. What we can say is that the company is diligently adhering to disclosure rules and keeping the market informed about its activities. For anyone in the financial world keeping an eye on Raymond James's client growth and assets under management figures, whether from this report or the link press release, is a smart move to understand their trajectory and the broader health of the financial services sector. Alright, that's our quick decode of this Raymond James filing. What's your take on the importance of these monthly operational updates? And what do you think July's numbers might have shown for Raymond James? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description for more discussion. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next decode.